Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 358 of the Two-Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Fantastic. I just realized this is episode 358, and 3 plus 5 is 8.
And 8 minus 5 is 3. And 8 minus 3 is 5.
This is like...
And 5 plus 3 is 8.
Galaxy brain. If this is the first time you're ever seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is the Mathematics Podcast, where just about every week two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure to like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and everyone in betwixt. If you only listen on audio services, that's cool too. Just give us a thumbs up, 5-star review, or whatever your service allows. If you really like us, go to patreon.com/2playercoop, where we got a lot of different benefits.
For you people.
I don't know why I just did it. That. The most popular tier is the $5 tier, which gets you access to watch us live as we record on YouTube, as we are doing right now. You also get a bonus episode every month, which we're about to record after this episode. And if you miss us, you get the podcast live one day early on YouTube. Some of our patrons deserve a shout out. Just like the man with the bar named after him, our patron saint, Mr. John Tingley, as well as our affiliates, Derek Bamford, James Solar. Make sure you check out James Games and more on YouTube. And Mom. Also our affiliates, Steve Appleton, Not Aunt Sue, Dustin Downs, and Chris Peralta. Make sure you check out PS Rewind on YouTube as well. If you like cool t-shirts and the like, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2-player-co-op.
I did this twice, and neither time did you move your drink.
Maybe it's because this isn't as tall as the Yeti.
Maybe.
I don't like to get political on here, but I can say once and for all who I will be supporting this November. Shout out to Colin and Chris. Just make sure your card is up to date because you'll never know when they go live. This is true. Speaking from experience. That's what Aunt Sue's problem is. Yep, perfect timing. I got my pre-ordered Moriarty Ray Gun 24 shirt today in the mail. I want to try to get Colin on again. I was thinking about that recently. It's been a few years, but I think I wanted...
Has it really been a few years?
Yeah, since the second one. It was right after we broke up with Nerd 901. Yeah, vote.
Wow.
Get out and vote. I didn't wear the pin. Damn it. I got a bumper sticker with it. I got to figure... This is... Because, like, this sticker's falling off. I think I'm going to put the Moriarty Ray Gun on here also. And I got a pin. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just waiting for you to...
I don't know why I covered my mouth and then went... Yeah. Moriarty Ray Gun. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I want to get him on, but I think I want to do it like... Now that I've gotten into role-playing games, spoiler for a little bit later, I think I want to get him on mostly to talk about that. Once it's like we know what the name is and the trailer is out and all, because I don't know if it's coming out this year or not.
What are you talking about?
Colin. They're making an RPG. They're making a JRPG.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's writing it. That's like the hold up right now. What is Nerd 901? It's a touchy subject. It's a bunch of guys around here that really didn't do anything, but they formed a website called Nerd 901 because that's our area code here, and they recruited us, and then they turned their backs on us, and they're a bunch of assholes. So I don't know what an asshole is, but they suck. So does Ernie. Blurred Without Fear. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Snowflakes. Anyways, JRPG. Yeah, the JRPG. I think I want to get him on for that, especially now that I've got like I said, now that I'm playing him and stuff. All right, I'm all scatty catty wampus. Sean.
Yes.
Couple quick things here.
Yes. That
I didn't think were big enough to talk about as their own news stories,
or in the wrap up.
Too big for the wrap up. GTA 6, again, it's been 2 weeks since we podcasted. I had friends in town last week, so, you know. GTA 6 Out Fall 2025.
Supposedly.
Before we all say that, Take-Two has come out and said, like, in their financial forecasts and whatever, that they're forecasting a shit ton of revenue to come in that quarter. And because of that, that's what makes me think this game's actually going to probably come out when they say it's going to come out.
I have a lot more faith in them than probably any other developer I can think. Like, I trust if they are confident, I'm confident.
I also think that, okay, so yeah, and also Strauss Zelnick was quoted by CNBC saying, quote, "We narrowed the timing," because originally it was just, all they had said was 2025. He said, "We narrowed the timing because we are highly confident in the timing." I don't think, because I think, and he said later on in the interview, he said, a lot of times games, when they get to this point and everything, it's fixing bugs and doing all this. He's like, we're not fixing bugs. We're trying to make sure that the game we deliver is going to be unlike anything anyone has ever played before. And I'm like, well, that sounds harder than squashing bugs. Oh, I had to squash a bug the other day. That was cool. Black Widow tried to kill me. Not really. It just existed, and then I killed it. But I don't know. I feel like we don't know how long they could have been working on this game for, literally not just 11 years. They could have started pre-production and everything before 5 even came out. Who knows? I don't know when they started on this. I know Red Dead 2 is 2018, and it's different. I think it's it's Rockstar North and Rockstar
South.
Whatever. It's not, though. That's too easy. I think one makes RDR, the other makes GTA. So that wouldn't even affect the timing. What I'm trying to say is I think they've been working on this game for so long that if they're actually going to narrow the date down from just a year to 3 months, that it's going to hit. I have the utmost confidence in them, and I cannot wait. Also, they announced that GTA 5 has now sold over 200 million copies. That means it has averaged since its release 5 million sold per month. No, that's wrong. Right. Somebody wrote that online.
I'm doing the math, and the math is not mathing.
Damn it,
Kevin. Like, that would be 40 months. It came out a lot more than 40 months ago, but
Rockstar and Rockstar San Diego. Thank you. Yeah, that's not what it doesn't matter what I said.
Not even close.
I was like, wait,
fake
12
news
months would be 60 million, so that's just like 3 years and a little bit more. Anyways, I don't know why. So whatever website I got that from said that, and I was just like,
it's got to be true.
Yep. The math didn't math, but I wasn't mathing it.
Was it on Wikipedia, where anybody can write anything so you know you're getting the best information?
No, I think it was on IGN. Speaking of IGN, acquisitions are not just part of video game developers and publishers in the space. Acquisitions are also part of media, apparently, because IGN, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Why does it smell like that?
I don't know.
It smells like rotten eggs and sulfur.
Yeah. Those are my bad ones. That's what they smell like. We had chicken tacos for dinner and black beans. You're being so dramatic. You have stunk me out of here so many times. It
might be gone by now.
And I don't do this. You can breathe now. It was loud. I didn't think it was going to smell.
I didn't either.
And then all of a sudden,
but no.
Anyways. I think I said IGN acquired everybody, and you went, woo! It was perfect timing, except for what it was about. So IGN acquired GamesIndustry.biz, Eurogamer, Rock Paper Shotgun, VG247, and Dicebreaker. IGN has also acquired company shares in Outside Xbox, Digital Foundry, and Hookshot. Now, Hookshot Media is the parent company of Nintendo Life, Push Square, who we love, and Pure Xbox. They're all run, and Nintendo Life's good. I'm sure mustard gas. I'm sure Pure Xbox is good too. I just don't go there. But Nintendo Life is awesome. Push Square is awesome. So, and I do know, like, after this was announced, somebody from Digital Foundry came out and was like, they didn't buy us. Everybody, relax. Relax.
Don't do it.
Aaron Rodgers would say. Relax. R-E. Did he spell it? Yeah. So yeah, it's just wild. And of course there was lots of layoffs. But what do you think about this, Sean? IGN buys their competitors, essentially. The only thing that's still out, it's IGN, which is the OG. They're never going to go anywhere. It's them and GameSpot. Polygon's out there, but they don't really count. Kotaku is about to die. They don't count. And you know what? I've always had a problem with VG 24/7. The only issue is now I can't remember what that was. Because they tweeted something. They tweeted some kind of a spoiler for some game, and we talked about it on the podcast. It was forever ago. It was like...
That does sound familiar.
I don't think it was God of War 2018. I don't think it was Metal Gear Solid 5.
Are you sure it wasn't God of War?
No, because I saw that spoiler when I read the ESRB description, and I was so mad at myself. But it didn't. But still, the moment that that 5 minutes of gameplay was still amazing. They spoiled something. It might have been, maybe it was Uncharted 4. I can't remember what it was. But they spoiled something in a tweet with a picture of like in the tweet. There was the picture of whatever it was, and I was like, "What the frick is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
So I've always had beef with them. I don't want people to lose their jobs, but I have had beef with them. It's just crazy. What do you think, Sean?
When did this happen? Because I somehow missed this. And along those lines,
About a week ago.
I do not go on Twitter or X nearly as much anymore, and I feel like it has been a godsend for my just mental.
My mental.
I totally missed that, but okay. I mean, I don't know.
It's weird. It'd be like if Xbox were to buy Activision or something.
Or Valve.
Bethesda. It's like yeah, when it comes to Twitter, like I don't go on there a lot. Mostly when I'm on there, it's either wrestling stuff. I've got my lists, like I've said many times. I've got my football list, which even though it's the middle of May or the end of May, also happy anniversary, Jess. It's the end of May, and it's like whatever. I go on my football list just to read anything about football. It's ridiculous.
19 years?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I guess I got to probably plan something for next year. I don't plan. She can plan it. I'll just pay for it. Yeah, I don't like Twitter. Like I go mostly on sports Twitter. I don't really go on gaming Twitter that much anymore, even though I got my list. What I normally do is just I've got my Wario alert set up, and if there's some big story, I know he's going to tweet it. And then to get ready for the podcast, I go to IGN and I go to Video Games Chronicle and Eurogamer, and I just kind of scan. And I take, whenever there's something I see, I take a screenshot. So I'm like, okay, boom, put that in, or take note, whatever. But yeah, I don't like Twitter. And I will never, ever, ever call it X.
No, nobody will.
It's so stupid. Anything else, Sean, before we get into the getting?
Let's get to the getting.
Sean.
Yeah.
You got a platinum in a game that I also beat, but I will get the platinum because it honestly does not seem that bad.
So before that.
Okay.
And before the other big one. It was after Animal Well.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for something to play. I was like, I got about a week-ish until Paper Mario. So I did my usual, like, let's see what's on PS Plus and all that. And I downloaded Cat Quest and Cat Quest 2.
Mm. I
have not touched 2. I'm probably about 90% of the way to the platinum of 1.
Okay.
I'll finish it up once I'm done with Paper Mario.
Is it Zelda?
In a way. It's like...
Wait, is this not the game that's where they come out of the book? No, that's the Plucky Squire.
No, I can't wait for that.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's Cat Quest 3 coming.
Right.
I've only played Cat Quest 1. It's like the whole game takes place on what looks like an overworld map.
Okay.
And there's like mountains and forests and, rivers and ocean and whatever. And like the names of the places are just kind of like written on the map, which is like the main thing. And it's not a huge game, and it's very basic. You get like side quests, but like it tells you like where to go, like go to this cave and kill all the enemies, and you can level up, you find chests, you get new armors and weapons. Very basic, but it's fun. So I've also been playing that.
Wait, but what is the gameplay? Is it like turn-based? Is it action?
No. It's action. It's like Zelda. You just zip, 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 zip. There you go. Like, it's very simple and plain, but like, I don't know. It was kind of fun. And I'm guessing 2 is even better, and I'm guessing 3 will be even better. But like, I don't know.
This is very interesting, the way this is laid out and stuff.
But yeah, I've definitely died a number of times. I can't say it's like easy, but it's straightforward.
Right.
But yeah, it's been fun. I'll probably get the platinum in 2 also.
What is involved in the plat? Nothing difficult, I guess, if you're already
do all the side
the
quests, get all the items, just kind of do everything. Okay. Do all the side quests, get all the items.
But is it like less than 10 hours or something?
I think so. I would say in the 7 to 10 range, probably.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, it's free on PS Plus. It's worth checking out. Then, yeah, finished and platinumed Animal Well. I like this game. It's going to be in my top 10. And it might be pretty high.
Right now, this game is extremely high on my top 10.
Like, it's probably... I don't know.
I don't know if
unless
it's
I'm forgetting
2,
something,
but it's at least number 3.
I was gonna say I think it's probably 3 right now, which is crazy. There's a lot of stuff. The platinum is not that difficult. The hardest part and the main part of the platinum is getting all the eggs. That being said, there's a lot to do in this game that you don't have to do to get the platinum. And I don't think I'm going to go back to it at this point. But like, I was watching this YouTube video of all this, like, the like layers upon layers upon layers of puzzles to get the true ending. And when you, to avoid spoilers and stuff, you should not watch it yet. But after you get the platinum, I'll send you the video. But
after I get that ending.
It's just, yeah. It's so, I don't know. It's just like, I almost wish you did have to do it for the platinum, because like, it's nothing. I mean, it's another thing that I would have just looked up a guide for and just done it. Like, there's no way I would have been able to figure it out. And it seems like it took like a whole community online of people trying to figure it out, and somebody finally saw something in this one area and was like, oh, what if maybe this is like a code to be able to like put all these things together, because it kind of lines up, and then if you do that, maybe it means that. And it was this whole thing.
That's so cool.
It was very, very cool. But yeah, I love the game. Have you played it all since you beat it?
I have not.
Okay. I had a lot of fun. Okay, first of all, the song you play to get to the fast travel room.
Mm-hmm.
Did you look that up, or did you find it in the game? Because I looked it up. I'm like, wait, you can what? I don't know how you were ever supposed to find out about that in the game. And apparently there's other songs you can play too that do different things.
I didn't play a song.
Oh.
I got the flute. I went in there where the chinchillas are. I was like, well, let me use this, wake them up because they're not moving, and then I can jump on them. I went up here. I got to the dead end. There was a head there, animal head, and there's something that looked like
you don't know. Okay, you don't know it either.
All I did was go. I
know.
Went, beep, 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 beep.
But what I'm saying is you can take out your flute, your whistle, whatever it is. Whistle? Flute?
I got taught one. Oh.
You take your whistle and you go right, left, down, up.
No, I did. I was taught that one.
But how? Okay, how? Because I must have missed that. I read it online. I'm like, what? I didn't know you could do that.
It was. There's that one part where you go to a really bottom portion of the map
Yeah.
I think it's in the bottom left area somewhere. But you go down there and it's where the last warp head is. If you go over to the left, there's just like water and there's a fish that like jumps and stuff. And if you take out, I was just screwing around. I took it out and I saw that he would go.
You took it out?
He would jump and go, whatever the code is, he would like jump facing right twice. And then he'd jump facing left twice. And I was like, let me just keep doing it. And I did it until I did. And then it was like, boom, boom, and I just got warped there. I was like, what the hell? So no, I wasn't. I'm what I was saying at first was just I went up the very first when you get to be able to warp is what I meant. Where you open up the head.
Yeah. But yeah, you can fast travel to get back there to then go wherever you want. But
I had no idea. No, it taught me it.
Okay, well that's cool. See, I missed that.
But yeah, apparently I did see that somewhere online that there's a bunch of songs that do a bunch of different things. But I'm like, I just don't want to look up anything for this game.
Oh yeah, so that's what I was going to say. Now that you've beaten it, you get something for 32 eggs that allows you to then explore even further.
I don't know how that can be anything more than the thing I already the unlimited thing. I don't know how.
Just
what else
look
do I
on the
need?
map to the best of your abilities and look for where there's like what looks like a thing that just stops and it's like, is that like a passageway that looks like it would lead to this black area? Look for any of those and go there.
I know there's some that I've seen in rooms that I didn't get, like that one I was telling you about where you get the unlimited thing. There's that one that's like under the rock hill, whatever, where you climb up to get the unlimited thing. Yeah, but the thing was chasing me then, so I was like, I don't care, I'm out.
Right. But yeah, I had a lot of fun once I beat the game, just kind of exploring and just kind of like, having that item makes it a lot easier to just get around.
And that's how you get one of the trophies too, obviously.
Yeah. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. You will end up
out?
needing to use a guide to find some of the trophies.
You mean? I mean
eggs. But yeah, now is like the point where you can just kind of go around and like,
See, that's the thing. So I'm let's stick. Okay. So yeah, last time we podcasted, I hadn't tried this yet. I knew I wanted to. Oh, first, did you play with the scan lines on or off? I turned them off.
I turned them on. I left them on because with it off, I don't know. It looked even. I don't know.
I like
it better
seeing
with it
the
on.
pixels. Like I don't know why, but like whenever I've got like my NES or SNES or Genesis minis, I never turn the CRT filter on.
That's true because I pretty much never do either. But in this game, I don't know. It came on. I turned them off and was like, I like them better on. And I turned
Maybe
it back
I'll turn it on when I go do the rest of the stuff. This game, first, Colin hates this game. He's going to get the platinum, but he hates it. And he calls it pretentious. And I'm like, I would not. There are certain. Hellblade 2 looks like a pretentious ass game. I will say that. We don't even need to make a game. We're just going to make it pretty, and you'll play it because it's on Game Pass. They said there's an hour where you just hold forward. Yes.
Wow.
Intermixed with cutscenes and stuff, but all you do is walk forward. I don't think this game is pretentious or anything. I think this game's awesome. I've never played a Metroidvania like this that I can think of, at least. I didn't even know how. If you were to tell me, Kevin, I want you to play this game. What is it? It's a Metroidvania. Oh, cool. Well, but it's a Metroidvania and there's no combat. Wait, what? What the hell am I doing? Like, and it is one of those games. Chris said this on the podcast a lot, on Sacred Symbols a lot. Some of these puzzles, some of them are super easy. Some of them, when you solve them, you're like, it is just like a rush. Like you're like, oh, I got it. I figured it out. You know, like there's sometimes whether it's I'm supposed to use the disc to get across something, or when you finally find the disc and then these stupid dogs will kind of, you know what you could do with them. And then you've got things that happen in this. There's bosses in this. I don't know. I'll just, not really. It's a bat. The bat. Can you do anything with the bat, or do you just run away?
You can firecracker him 3 times, and that causes him to either fly away or just stop attacking you. I don't remember, but I
Okay.
think as soon as you leave and come back, or maybe it's if you die, like he's never gone. But that's how
Okay.
you can get him to leave you alone, so you can do whatever you're trying to do in that area.
All I did was throw one and jumped.
Yeah,
and then I
three
had
will
to go
make
back
him
through there to
stop.
go the other way. I was like, oh shit. Okay, at least I've got one left.
Yeah.
I thought it was a ghost cat when I first got there. That was a dog, which was just funny. It was but I was like, oh, okay, cool. I got this thing. Then, at some point, the iguanas came alive, and I'm walking, and it's like, and I'm dead. What the hell just happened? One of the things I did like, speaking of puzzle solving, one of the things that was the guy that made this. Billy Bass or something like. I know that's the thing on the wall, but that's his name. It's something like that. He didn't have to do this, but I'm glad he did. That if you like some of these rooms, there's like to solve a puzzle, there's like 4 yellow switches you have to hit to open a door. If you hit one switch or 2 or 3 or whatever, and then you die. They stay clicked.
It's like everything you do in the world
stays.
You go back to wherever you saved last, but everything you did is still done, which is
Thank
nice.
God, because I was the first time I died after hitting one of the buttons, I was like, oh, son of a bitch. And I walked back in there, then I'm like, okay, I got to go. Wait, where's the switch? And then I went and looked at the door. I was like, oh, there's only 1 yellow button now, not 2.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That's so good. I really appreciated that. There's stuff I found out in this game, like the like I told you, like there's a mouse wheel that is making this thing go, and I'm like, I feel like I should be able to go somewhere. This is just so annoying. And I used my yo-yo, and I was just like, something's gonna break. And then all of a sudden, the mouse wheel's going the other way. I was like, oh. And then there's other puzzles where that comes into play.
Yeah.
There's there was this one part where there's these stalactites that you had to, I don't remember what it was. Somehow I had to get across this like river thing with these oh, that's what it was. I threw the disc and I got on it and I ducked under, because you can duck a little bit. And I got under these stalactites. I got to the other side. Okay, cool. I went up here and like hit a switch or something. And then I was like, maybe I got to do something. And I threw it and all of a sudden, and I was like, wait, I can break them? There's so many things in this game where I'm like, there's so many of my notes are just like, this does this, this does this.
Yeah.
Holy crap, this is so freaking cool. And I wrote down 2 notes I wrote down was 1, holy shit, giant bat. And then I wrote down, holy shit, giant kangaroo. And then I wrote down, holy shit, penguin. Not giant.
Oh, yeah.
Scared the crap out of me.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? You're like, didn't expect that. What were you going to say?
I don't know.
The final boss, as it were, in this game. Sean,
at this point, I don't remember what it sounds like. Like, it's the kind of game, I'll avoid spoilers, but like, you'll know when you're at least near the end. It's got a very familiar, like, do this, do this, do this, do this, and now you go to the final area.
Now
so when
you're
you're in the
funneled.
final area, you kind of know that you're getting towards the end. But there's this part where, like, the music just totally changes. And I'm trying to think of what was going through my mind at the time, because I don't remember how long it was when the music started before the thing happened.
I felt like it was like 30 seconds or something.
Yeah, I'm like, what is this music? Like, is something big about the what?
And then you
is
just
that?
see
Like,
something in the top left, and I was like,
that my
What the
heart was like racing. I had like my hairs were like standing up on end. I'm like, I had to pause and just be like, whew. Like, it's not like I'm playing Resident Evil, Silent Hill. Like, this is like a 2-bit game, but like, there was something about that was just so off-putting to me. Like, I don't know. I feel like my heart was racing.
it was major heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
And it was the music, but it was also like the sound effects that thing was making. And also the way, it's so well done too, the way you have to do the puzzles. There's an item you get there that keeps that guy away from you while you're solving the puzzles. But you can't have that
But
item
you need to switch
on
to
the
different
entire
items.
time. Yes.
Yeah.
So you've got to know what items you've got, where you have to stand, how can you get this? Maybe I can lure him over here and then go back this way. It's so well done.
One thing that it's not a problem with the game. It's me, or it's just not. It's just a thing. I swear, every single time, if I'm on the frisbee and I wanted to switch to the yo-yo, I could either hit like L1, or I can hit R1, 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 R1,
Oh,
R1.
I didn't even
R1.
know you could do that.
I found it out pretty late.
Okay.
But I always went the wrong
I always
direction.
just hit triangle.
Like, it could be like 1 or 2 this way, and I would always go R1, 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 R. Okay, there it is. Like, whichever way, like, I could never remember which way
But
to go
see,
to
I
get
like going
things,
into the menu
but
because it pauses it.
there's that too, yeah.
But that's how I think that's how it was. What was that game? That 8-bit game we played this year, Lords of Exile. I think it was that one where you could hit L1 or R1 to either switch characters or switch weapons or something.
Yeah.
I would always go the wrong way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I beat it, and it's funny. I wonder what happens to people that beat the game, but they don't get that item because you can miss it. The unlimited.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, it's not obvious.
hopefully they at least
I don't think
saw
you-
that there was 2 chests there, so you know to go back.
I'm trying to think if you ever need it. Like,
Probably not.
did you ever do what I did? What I think I was talking about with like the bubble wand, where you can like, if you make a bubble and then you make another bubble, that bubble pops. But you can like, you can like stand on the bubble and be like, bubble jump, bubble jump, bubble jump.
I tried. I could never get it to work.
You had, it was like, so it wasn't like square X, square. It was like square X. Square. It was like you roll your thumb, square X.
I tried.
square,
I couldn't
square
do
X.
it. So that's
and I don't
why-
know if that was like meant to
meant to
be.
be.
But I guess if you can do that, you probably don't need the other item. So I'm trying to figure out, like, could you get everywhere in the map if you never got that? And you might be able to, I don't know. But
Yeah.
it's a lot harder if you don't.
It's just, I love this game. I can't believe I like it. I think I beat it. It took me about 8 hours, I think it was. Oh, you were saying something that I was thinking of. The bubble wand. Oh, that's what it was. It was just that part. There's that one part, quote unquote, early on. It was early on for me just because I went that way. And I couldn't get past it. Those cranes or blue herons or whatever they are that are walking around.
Oh, yeah.
But even if I could have gotten past them, the next area, I needed the item you get late in the game to go like from here, spikes, and then you got to go down here, and then you got to go up here around the spikes to get over to a chest or whatever. So I guess you can do that without the unlimited thing, but like I could not do it. I tried so many times to be like, like I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. What else? I just love this game. And I also like it that, like Colin says, it's so obtuse, and that like, oh, that was one of the reasons I think he said it's pretentious, was because it was saying like people say Zelda's obtuse, and he's like, oh yeah, watch this, and he pulls out the Zelda manual and it gives you information on all the dungeons and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, yes, but it still doesn't say here's level 1, here's level 2. He's like, this, like, just tell me something. I'm like, but then this game wouldn't be what it is. Like, the whole beauty of it is that you just go. And if you get to a point where you can't go any further, try another way. And that's what I did through the whole game to find items and stuff. And I ended up getting all of them, and I ended up freaking beating this game.
I will say, now that you've played this game and liked it, and you can't take back what you just said, go play Hollow Knight. Because it's this, but you can attack.
And get killed.
You died in
It's
this game.
hard, though.
I mean, it's not easy, but a lot of the hardest parts are optional. I'm not saying go get the platinum. Don't do that.
No, I
but you
ain't
need
doing
to experience it.
I experienced it.
You need to experience it more.
And then I quit. Animal Well is amazing. I'm definitely not done with it, but I'm playing another game for now. But before we get to that, I did also, real quick, since the last time we podcasted, Sean already got the platinum last time. I got the platinum in Tales of Kenzera's Out. This really was baby's first Metroidvania, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And like I texted you, Baba is blank. I'm like, what the hell? Did you have the same reaction I did? Like, what the hell? This doesn't make any sense. Aren't you talking about Baba the whole time?
The whole story.
In the third person?
Yeah, I don't know.
And
I
it's
didn't.
like,
I think I think a lot of the story of the game went. Whew.
But then they make it also seem like when you get to a certain point, the rest of the story didn't even happen. Because he goes back and he's like, is he writing the rest of the story? Did any of it happen? Is there a Baba? I don't know. The chase stuff was really pissing me off for a while. In like the fiery area, like the last area you go to before you go to the final area.
So some of those areas, probably in that area where you had to like, it was like I think it's probably some of those upside down triangle areas. Not the combat ones, but like where you had to like jump, float.
Oh, yeah.
And then jump, and then duck, and
Yep.
dodge, and then dash, and break through the thing.
And then do the grapple hook.
And you had to do it all without getting hit. And if you get hit, you go back to the beginning.
Yep.
What did you think of that? There's one or two that I was ready to throw my controller.
There was only one, but it was one of those. It was after
Yeah.
you get the floating ability, and it's where you have to use everything, and you have to memorize it. And sometimes that grapple hook, like if you don't have the angle just right, or if you're holding left when you shouldn't be or something, it's like you do the grapple hook and it just goes whee right into the spikes. I'm like, I wanted to go up. There was one.
something about
It was definitely, I guarantee we both had the same one that was the difficult one.
there's something about the floating too that bothered me, and I'm trying. There's something with like the controls where you could double jump, right? Or could you not? I
Yeah,
can't
from
remember.
the beginning.
So you can double jump, but then
It's the double jump with the float is weird. Oh,
yeah, you hold X to float.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I jump, yeah, it had something to do with the double jump and the float. And I'm like, I just want to float, but I accidentally double jump, or I want to double jump, but he floats. There's something weird going on that just kept bothering me, especially in those parts.
I think it's something where, you know how you could do, there was some part where you would have to jump, float over here, and then once you got the power where you like dash through stuff, if I did jump, double jump, float, what would screw me up then was if you've already double jumped, it's like it doesn't let you hang in the air, it seems, and do the dash thing or something. There's other times if you just jump and float, it's like you would, when you got to, if you let go of it, he would jump again or something.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
something
know.
weird that kept happening that was bothering me. But
Yeah, the ending was kind of weird. Bye, John.
see it.
The ending was just weird. I didn't get it. It's not a bad game, and I don't know that I'm going to play 10 games this year, but it'll be in my top 10. It's just, again, after playing Prince of Persia is probably one of my top 3 or 4 Metroidvanias I've ever played. I freaking loved that
It
game.
was really good. Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I don't know.
You were like, yeah.
I don't know.
I
think I do that a lot.
I don't know that you made that noise, but
Yeah.
so yeah, I wrote down F these chases. The chase thing when you've got like the Black Plague chasing you, and it's like you have to
memorize.
You have to memorize that
You have
too,
to
because-
die and memorize. You do not have enough reaction time, especially when it's like
When you're going
Just
to the-
kidding. No, it's this way. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? How was I ever supposed to?
and then it comes from both sides at the very
Yeah.
end. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
I hate chase scenes. It just reminded me of The Messenger. And I died at that thing. Probably, you know what I'm talking. You remember? I probably died at that thing as many times as I died at Melania. Like I could not beat it. I remember having to walk away. It was a lot. It wasn't as bad because I bought it first on Switch and then I got it on PlayStation just to get the platinum.
Yeah, I
It
remember
wasn't as
when I
bad
did
the
it.
second time.
Yeah, when I did it the second time on PlayStation to get the platinum, I had totally forgotten about it. And then once I got there, I'm like, oh,
Yep.
God. But yeah, it was not nearly as bad the second time, but still frustrating.
So that's it for Kenzera Zao. What's old is new again. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is here. It's real, and it is spectacular. Did you beat it yet?
No, but I've been like,
I'm only in chapter 2.
hooked. I'm on. I just beat chapter 5. I've got 5 of the stars. Wait, you're on chapter 2 or you beat chapter 2?
I'm into chapter 2 where you have to go to this lady's house that knows how to blow stuff. That sounds dirty.
Chapter 2, it's not bad. It's my least favorite And I
In
would
the
imagine
woods.
it's probably a lot of people's least favorite. I don't know why, but it just seems like it would be like there's nothing that bad about it. I think 1 is a nice like intro.
Yeah.
3, I think what I really like about this game is that each area like feels different. It's not just level 1 is the grass area, and level 2 is the forest, and level 3 is the volcano, and level 4 is the water, and level 5 is the ice, and level 6 like they've all got their own area and setting, but they all feel different. I feel like every single level, and now that I know, I'm saying level, but chapter or whatever. Now that I know what chapter 6 is, I was like, oh yeah, and I'm looking
Good
forward
or
to
bad?
it. Good, like I mean, and I don't know, but I remember it being fun and different, and I don't know. I feel like every single area stands on its own, and there's nothing wrong with chapter 2. I just feel like there's a couple kind of annoying parts, but like I don't know. If you like chapter 2, you're gonna then it's a perfect 10 out of 10 for you.
Yeah.
There's nothing that bad, but I'm always glad, and this is probably the 4th time I will have beaten it, and I feel like every time I'm just like, all right, I'm glad chapter 2's done now. Let's go. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm hooked. Yeah.
So of course I'm playing it for the first time ever. What you having beaten it almost 4 times now, what, like, I don't know how great your memory is of the original game, but how does this compare to the original game? I think it looks beautiful. I love the art style. I never played the original Paper
It's
Mario.
almost identical.
But like, is anything actually remade, or is everything pretty much like mechanics wise, all that stuff?
Mechanics wise, it's all the same. The only thing the only thing that stood out to me, and it's not a big deal, but I'm like, I don't remember that being a thing before. When you get the power, when you can like turn sideways to go in between bars and stuff.
When I finally got
I
that,
feel
I
like
was
before, I feel like before you could just, ooh, let me go sideways, boop, boop, boop. Okay,
You gotta go
move
like,
on. You have to like hold it. Yeah, it's like, God, and
Yeah.
then it finally lets you in. I don't remember it being like that before. I thought you could just walk through it, just like it's not even there because you're sideways and you go right through. So that feels a little different, but maybe that's how it was in the original. There are some things, like maybe some of the badges or something that I'm like, I don't remember that. It seems new, but it's also been forever since I've played the game. But in general, it's identical, just prettied up.
I told Sean before I had even beaten the first level, I was like, I think I already like this better than Mario RPG.
I do.
And I loved Mario RPG.
There's something fun about every time you beat a new area, you basically, by the time you beat a new area, you've got a new character and probably a new power-up, new like skill. And then I'm always like, sweet, now you have to go, like, I look forward to going back to Rogueport. I think it's a really cool hub area, and it's fun to
What else
like,
can I do
oh,
now?
I remember seeing that thing down there. Okay, now that I can do this, I gotta go
What
down there.
boring ass story is Luigi going to tell me now?
Yeah, I don't even talk to him anymore. But yeah, it's so much fun. I look forward to just exploring. Every time I come back, I'm like, oh, I can do this now. I can do that. I can do this. I feel like there's a lot of different ways you can play the game. I am putting the vast majority of my level up whatever's into the badge points.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to spoil anything, but you get stuff that it's nice to have. I think I have 30 badge points right now, and I think I'm only at 25 HP and 15 or maybe 20. I think 15 flower points. So I've probably only upgraded flowers twice and HP twice, maybe 3 times. I'm putting like everything into badge points just because there's stuff that you can equip later on that is good to have.
I did read somewhere because I was like, I don't want to screw this up because I'm guessing you can't respec or something. But
You can.
Oh, you can?
Not for a while.
Okay.
I just found the place where you can do it, and I'm trying to think of where. I don't think you can do it until after chapter 5.
Okay.
But you can do it eventually.
But I was like, I don't want to screw this up. So, and everybody was saying, if you want to do a little bit of HP, that's fine. Put as much, like, just focus on the badges and the flower power. So I was like, oh, okay. That's what I'm going to do. I did get style because I went and talked to that guy, and I was like, sure, whatever the most expensive one is.
Oh, yeah.
So I haven't done any fights with it yet. That was pretty much right when I stopped. But now I guess I can do style. Is that's just there, right? I don't have to do a badge to do the extra style, whatever thing.
It's just you need to know what the timing is.
Okay.
And it's different for every character and every move that every character does.
Okay. Ooh, speaking of that, characters. Am I only ever going to have 2 active people at the same time?
You only have Mario and a partner.
Somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but then if they get low on HP, it seems like I
You
can
can
always swap them out.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine. I like one of the things I noticed very early on when you fight the first time you see a flying Koopa, you can't use your hammer. And if you've got Koops with you, he can't attack at all because they're up in the air. And I was like, I like that. That makes some strategy. So, either you got to switch back to have Goombella with you, or you got to just do the jump, even if you wanted to use a super hammer or whatever. I like that stuff. If I would have said no to Koops, I'm guessing it's still he comes with me. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I feel bad for this guy. He was talking to this stupid skeleton, and he's like, oh, Carl, or whatever. He's like, I'm not Carl.
I guess that's not my dad.
I finally got the slot machine once.
Like you lined them up?
Yes. For the
I've
first
gotten
time.
probably 15 to 20 attempts, and I think I've gotten it lined up once.
Oh, no,
I feel like I was able to get it a lot in the original.
It's moving so fast.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I feel like it moves faster in this than the original, but maybe I'm crazy.
I'm trying to think back to like Mario 3, and it's like, okay, I would click it when it went, whatever I wanted it to be. When it got to the middle, I would click it, I think.
Yeah.
And some of them, it was different timing. But
I
most of
usually
them were
just
like
close my eyes and be like, because I feel like I've got just as good a chance at that than like I'm going to close my eyes and hope for the best.
I actually got it twice. One time was the good mushrooms, and I think it gave me 5 HP or something. Then I got the bad
I think
mushrooms.
it just refills your health.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
I got the bad mushroom.
I don't remember what
and
that
I think it
is.
knocked me over and took away 5 health or
Okay.
something. And like Coop stayed on his ass or something. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what else to say about this game. This game is also very well written, very funny. I like that Peach is like, oh man, everybody's probably worried about me again because I got kidnapped again. And it's just like,
it's very meta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, I was so happy when Bowser showed up. And he's like, Cammy, you old hag. I'm like, this is awesome. Nobody kidnaps her but me. And then there's Cammy, and then Kamek shows up too. I was like, is Cammy Kamek? Did we never know? But no, Cammy is not Kamek because Kamek is there too.
Right.
Yes. Oh, I love just the part before you go to the first boss. Just when you're going up the spiral tower, the way it rotates and everything. I was like, this game is just beautiful. Like,
yeah.
Imagine like the Switch 2, even if it is just like, if it somehow really is between a PS4 Pro and a Series S, I cannot even imagine what Nintendo's going to do with that much power. Like, they're able to use and this is a 20-year-old game, or 22, whatever it is, year-old game, that they just up-resed it for the Switch pretty much and made it widescreen, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It all comes down to the art style and everything. I don't know. It was so
I'm
cool.
trying to think. One thing I know, when you fight the first real boss, the boss of Chapter 1.
Not the blooper.
Right. You can see, like, and I feel like I've only noticed it on him, but, like, they do try to make it look, make it look like paper.
Yeah.
And it looks like she's made of, like, cardboard. Like, it looks like painted.
It made me think of the Origami King.
It look you can see a little bit of texture, and I feel like everything has a little bit of depth. Like, it looks like everything is made out of construction paper, and I don't remember that in the original. I feel like there was zero depth.
Okay.
And in this, everything looks like it has a little depth, like it's made of construction paper. I don't know, but yeah, I love the presentation.
And it's folded and
yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know what I should be spending my money on. Do you ever get to hold more than 15 items also?
That's what I have not yet, and I can't remember if that's how it was in the first. But I'm constantly throwing away items.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I never want to use them, but then I'm always full. I throw stuff away constantly. I don't know that you can never get above 15. I have not yet, if you can.
And I don't know, because they give you the hint, to beat the first boss, you have to do something that starts with this sound and ends with this sound, which obviously it's obvious what it is. I had forgotten to equip that badge before the fight. Mm-hmm. And then I realized it, and I was like, oh, you idiot. And I just exited out, went back in, and then I beat it. Did I have to do that? Can you beat it without doing that?
You can. I'm trying to think of what doing that even did. I don't know if it lowered her defense. I don't really know what the effect is.
Right, because she says she's getting nauseous, but then that has she doesn't ever throw up or anything. She attacks when it's her turn every single time. So I was like,
so maybe it lowers her defense or lowers her offense. I don't know, but it's not obvious what it does.
And I did think it was funny when she ate all the Todds. I was not expecting that. And then she ate Todd and Todd and Todd and Todd, and then I think they all ended up surviving because they jumped out or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it really, I feel like there's never really, again, maybe chapter 2, but there's never a lull. I feel like the game gets better. A lot of games, as you're getting close to the end, you're like, okay, I'm ready to just mainline it and just be done with it. I just feel like this game, everything it does pretty much perfectly. It doesn't really, there's nothing that it does that's that extraordinary. It just does it all perfectly, I think. And like I said, I think it gets better. In the beginning, I was kind of like, oh my God, can you just let me play? I feel like everybody was constantly interrupting me to explain stuff.
It's very tutorialized.
If you've never played the game before, you need to know it. But I'm like, I know how to do this. Stop talking to me. Quit interrupting me. But yeah, once you're past that, yeah, it's fine.
Oh, wait. So what should I spend my money on?
Oh, I don't know. I'm up to 1,200.
Okay.
And I thought you topped out at 999.
Okay.
And I don't remember if that's different from the first one, but
typically whenever I find one of those heart boxes you can hit, if I'm not at 100% everything, I'll 10, 20, I don't care what it costs, I'm going to hit it.
If you can afford it, you'll, in your exploring of Rogueport, you'll eventually come across a fortune tellery looking person. Mm-hmm. And it's if you pay me, you can have different effects. The most expensive one is 50. I would say do it. And it's just randomly, sometimes you'll get double XP, you'll get triple coins, you'll get randomly your moves will be more powerful or your defense will be more powerful. It's just things that trigger randomly throughout the game. And it eventually wears off, but mine just wore off. And I'm like, the coins alone that I got from random battles giving you triple, it more than paid for itself.
Yeah.
And yeah, the extra defense or extra offense, sometimes it'll happen when you're just fighting a Goomba. You're like, well, who cares? But if you can afford it and you're not saving up for anything in particular, pay the 50 and get the good version of that.
Yeah.
Because it'll last forever.
I think that's how I got the style thing, was I found a fortune teller guy. There's also a fortune teller that apparently I paid something to, and he was like, oh, I'll show you. Oh, yeah, he tells you where the star pieces are.
The shine sprites and the star pieces.
Yeah, or a shine sprite, yeah. And then the other guy, I think I paid him 50, which was the most, and that's how I got the style, I think.
No, the style, it's just a tutorial. It's the pink Todd near where you go into the sewer. He's the battle master.
Well, then
something.
What the hell happened? I talked to a fortune teller, and he said something about style. And I paid him 50. Maybe he gave me a random thing that I just don't even know I have yet.
I don't know what that would be. But yeah, there's a guy that you can basically practice battles on.
Right.
And it'll show you it'll be if you're doing your move, you'll see an icon appear, and that's telling you, hey, this is when you have to hit A to get your stylish thing. And it doesn't happen in the regular battles unless that's a badge you can buy and equip, and then maybe it will. Maybe you got something like that. I don't know.
No.
But there's a guy that you can talk to that you can practice battles on.
It's like Pink Todd, I think.
Yeah. So that's the only thing I can think of. I don't know what you would have paid for, but
well, damn, I don't know what I got. It was it was all these like cards showed. No, that was the one that told me where the thing. I don't know.
But anyways, buy whatever you want.
Okay.
Like in the beginning, it may seem like you're kind of short on coins, but as you continue to play, you'll you'll have more than you know what to do with.
Okay. Well, I love it. I hope to play it more this week. I can't wait. I love this friggin' game. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Sean, that's it for what we've been playing. Would you like to get to the news of the week?
Let's do it.
Sean, it is official. This comes from Xbox on the Xbox Wire thingamajiggy. We're excited to confirm that Game Pass members will be able to jump into Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on day one with Game Pass. As revealed last week, we will have a special Xbox game showcase followed by Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Direct on June 9th at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, where we'll share even more details on what's coming in this all-new Call of Duty. Get eyes on the first in-depth look at gameplay in this dark new chapter of the Black Ops series. And if you're new to Game Pass, we've got a figurative mountain of games for you to check out and play while waiting for that pre-install button to light up for Black Ops 6. Check out hundreds of games here, xbox.com/Game Pass. More information is coming. So a lot of this has been breaking over the last week.
So one thing real quick. And I've heard of this, but not until right now is it jumping out at me as being weird. This is the 6th Black Ops? I remember 4, because I remember Black Ops I. I don't remember a Black Ops 5. Not that I'm a big Call of Duty. I mean...
Well, because it wasn't called 5. It was Black Ops Cold War.
Oh, so maybe that's why.
Yep.
Okay. I'm like, really? There's been 6 Black Ops? But, okay. Well, then maybe that's why.
So the funny thing was, first off, there was reports coming out. I think it was the Wall Street Journal had it first. They reported, I think last week, that this thing's coming to Game Pass. I was like, I mean, you're the Wall Street Journal, so I guess I trust you. Then today, before Xbox made the announcement...
People listening on audio were like, what was that?
That was a yawn. The Xbox Game Pass app on iOS was like, whoops. Pops up and it's like, hey, are you excited for Call of Duty Black Ops 6 to come to Game Pass or whatever it said? It's like, you idiots leaked your own thing via your iOS app. Dumbass. And then they released a new trailer. The truth is a lie. You see Clinton in there. You see HW Margaret Thatcher, I think, was in there. Saddam Hussein. And they're basically telling you the truth. The whole thing is the truth is a lie. So it seems like we're going to be playing like... I wonder if this game's going to be controversial. Because it seems like we're going to be playing... I saw somewhere mentioned like the Gulf War... Black Hawk Down, like we're going to be playing through all of that. So I wonder how that's going to work. I am actually intrigued about Black Ops 6. Now, that's not the main story here. The main story is this stupid game is launching on Game Pass. Now, there's been a lot of rumors going around about Game Pass and Call of Duty. Shinobi said that there will be changes coming to Game Pass. Now, nothing was announced today. Xbox has had a lot of bad press lately. I don't think they can afford right now to change Game Pass for Call of Duty.
Even if that was the plan,
you can't.
You got to pump the brakes now.
Because they did come out and they confirmed after the fact that Black Ops 6 will be on Xbox Series X and S and PC on Game Pass Ultimate, PC Game Pass, and Game Pass for console. That's the cheapest Game Pass. I said in the Discord earlier, and I know it's kind of dramatic sounding, but I believe it. I think this is going to end up being down the road the final nail in the coffin for Xbox as a brand. I get that you bought Activision. All you have is Game Pass, so you quote unquote have to put it in there, even though you never said you were going to. But the amount of revenue they're going to miss out on. Yes, they're still going to sell it on PlayStation, but it's on PC. You can sign up for Game Pass for $10 and play it. You don't have to go buy it through Steam. You on Xbox can play it for $10. You could rent Game Pass for 2 months and then you're done with multiplayer and everything. You're like, no, okay, I'm done. And you just paid $20 for a $70 game. This is dumb. But I think it's like I said last time. They are damned if you do, damned if you don't with this. But I really do think this is going to end up being eventually the nail in the coffin for Xbox as a brand. I just think it is.
Remember Movie Pass?
Oh, yeah.
And then they're like, oops, we're out of business. We couldn't keep that up.
It didn't make any sense, yeah.
I mean, that's what this is. Like, you're just giving away all this stuff, not for free, but for a fraction of the cost that you could be making if you didn't.
Right.
And I'm not saying it's a bad deal. It's a great deal for gamers, but like, we're already, when people are outright buying these titles by the millions, it's still somehow commercial disappointments. And you're going to give it away, not for free, but kind of for free. To the people that want to play Call of Duty and would have otherwise bought it, if they are existing Game Pass subscribers, you're basically giving it out for free. And if you've got however many millions of subscribers, probably a decent chunk of that would have bought Call of Duty.
It's the best selling game.
There's probably some that will play
year.
it that wouldn't have bought it otherwise. But there's going to be a good chunk of them that would have paid $70 for this game, and you're now getting $0. And shout out to James. I don't know if you want to read it, but like James put a whole, I was going to say diatribe, but I feel like that has a negative connotation, and I'm not trying to put a negative spin on it, but he had this whole thing, and it's what I've been saying since the beginning. Like, I don't know who hasn't, I know there are some people that have an Xbox that don't already have Game Pass. Of that small group of people, how many people are now going to sign up for Game Pass because it has Call of Duty? And how long are they going to maintain that subscription? And how many, like, the amount of people that would have to fall into that bucket to ever make that 60 whatever $billion purchase eventually just break even? I mean, it's insane. Like, yes, it's good for the consumer. It's a great deal. If I had an Xbox, I would get Game Pass, and I wouldn't give it a second thought. But this is not sustainable.
No.
Like, I don't... And for Microsoft, it'll be sustainable for a little bit because they've got very deep pockets. But, like, this is insane. Like, I feel like you're just trying to force everybody else out of the market and hope that you can survive long enough for that to happen.
Look who's here. Perfect timing.
And then, hope that you're still standing when everybody else has folded. And now, there's just no way. I don't understand it.
So James said in the Discord, and James, I'm going to read this because I think you, like I said, I gave you a standing ovation from The Rock because you freaking nailed it. So James says in our Discord, Call of Duty sells like 10 million copies a year. I think it's actually more than that. They're all third party, which conservatively comes out to around $420 million of money for Activision every year. When you factor in that they're all probably sold a 70% split with the store owners. At $25 a month or $300 a year, they would only need 1.4 million new subscribers to make the amount of money. But what about the people who already have Game Pass? It would be an additional $120 a year from someone who already has Ultimate, meaning they would need 3.5 million players to upgrade to make the same amount as 1.4 million $25 a month players. Even 3.5 million new Game Pass users isn't that crazy, but if you're the kind of person that only plays Call of Duty, why would you pay $15 a month for a game that's $60? I think it's 70 now. That you're probably going to play all year. Anybody would see that's a bad idea. The problem with Game Pass is that games are available a la carte. Games being available to purchase off Game Pass may seem like it's keeping Xbox afloat in the short term, but it's sinking the entire brand in the long term. If the only way to play the games was to subscribe to Game Pass, then the subs would go up. But they either won't or can't do that because it would temporarily crater their money in and optically look like a very greedy move.
And I agree with everything, but if I'm thinking about it the right way, just going by what I heard, and I'm not looking at it in front of me, but I'm sure his math is correct, but that's only taking into account this year's Call of Duty. Next year, they're going to need another 3.5 million subscribers. Like, you need to do that every year just to make up for the amount you're going to miss out on that year's Call of Duty. There's no way.
Right.
When you're not even, and I know you don't need an Xbox to have Game Pass, but like,
But you got to have something.
right.
You got to have a killer PC or an Xbox.
Yeah.
You like, does Xbox really think that putting Call of Duty on Game Pass is going to make people that already have a $500 PlayStation go buy a $500 Xbox so they can play Call of Duty for $15 a month instead of just buying it where they're at? That's not going to happen.
No.
You only have so many Game Pass subscribers. The PS5 has sold double what the Series X and S has. It's just the math doesn't math. And it's almost like part of me thinks that Satya and leadership at Microsoft, big Microsoft, not Xbox, is like, Phil, here's the rope. Go hang yourself. Like, or Sarah Bond, whoever's making these decisions. You don't spend $70 billion on something and then just be like, and we don't care if it makes money. Like, yes, Microsoft is worth $3 trillion. They're not worth $3 trillion because they throw away $70 billion just frivolously. What's the word? Frivolously. What's the word?
Frivolous.
Frivolously.
Frivolous.
I don't think the sentence even made sense.
Frivolous.
I don't think the sentence even made sense. But like, they don't get, like, it's pretty clear to me, outside looking in, and probably most people, that spending $70 billion and getting Activision is 100% the reason that Tango and Arcane Austin and the other two little studios got shut down or absorbed into other things. Because big Microsoft now is looking at Xbox with a big-time microscope. And I just can't fathom... I can't fathom spending $70 billion and then saying you can get Call of Duty for quote-unquote free.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. I don't know what... I don't know what they're thinking. I really don't. Also, I didn't even think this was a possibility. Because I had heard Colin forever and other people on other podcasts saying something about the marketing deal that Sony already had in place with Activision would prevent, like, something about it would Microsoft could not put Call of Duty, even after the acquisition closed, they couldn't put Call of Duty on Game Pass for like the next 2 falls or something. So clearly that's not true. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like I said, I think it's the final nail in the coffin that will eventually kill Xbox.
Yeah.
Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, I have no idea how you guys keep a job. Next up, Assassin's Creed Shadows was revealed. It's coming out November 15th. Of course, this leaked ahead of time because it's Ubisoft. The game will be current gen and PC only, which is good. Very good. It's set in feudal Japan in 1579. The ABK deal took so long that the marketing deals ended in 2024. You might actually be right because it took 1.5 years for that to close. There will be... So yeah, it's in feudal Japan in 1579. It will be set in an open world that they're saying is as big as Creed Origins. There are 2 playable characters, Yasuke and Naoe, who are dual playable protagonists. You can freely switch between the 2 of them unless you're doing personal quests that are obviously assigned only to that character. Yasuke is more of a brawler, and Naoe, I don't know how to say it, is stealthy, and she has a grappling hook. You can play through all 4 seasons of the year. There will be environmental and gameplay changes. I think that sounds so cool.
Yeah.
That like they were saying, for instance, like you go to this pond in the summer, and it's a pond, and then in the winter it's ice. Maybe now you can get across it when you couldn't get across it before. Like, cool stuff like that. I think that's super cool. You can now hide in the shadows to take out enemies like you could in Splinter Cell, and it's got some kind of meter or something on your HUD that's going to tell you if you're visible or not. Kind of like think Horizon when you're going through the long grass. Don't go into the long grass. There are huge castles that will serve as dungeons. There's no Ubisoft towers anymore. Now you climb up, and from your vantage point, you can just look around and discover things for yourself. Also, there was a hubbub at first, that online was required to play, but online is only required to download the game. Also, there's a racial component to this, or something everybody's mad about. And I finally watched the trailer today. Are people mad that there's a black guy in Assassin's Creed Shadows as one of the playable characters? That's the only thing I can think of. I didn't pay attention to this. Again, I don't go on Twitter anymore, so I don't know what the hubbub was about. But apparently, this game made a lot of people mad. I don't get it.
Who knows?
The trailer was cool. It was mostly just, I think it was all CGI. It was a story trailer. Obviously, Ubisoft Forward is coming next week. Oh, yeah. We're going to do predictions next week. Because all the summer stuff is happening at the end of next week somehow. I don't know how this year is just flying by. Did you watch the trailer at all?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I have never played an Assassin's Creed game. Not 1 second. I'm wondering, and I think I said this about
Mirage?
Nope, the last one.
Odyssey. Oh, Valhalla. Ragnarok. Valhalla.
When I was just like, I need something to play on my PS5. I'm like, maybe I'll pick that up. And I didn't. This seems more my style.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what else I'm going to be playing around that time.
Black Ops 6 on Game Pass.
This might be the first one to actually pick up. Now, I might wait and just put it on my Christmas list. But, like, I could see
We are such freaking dorks. Jesus Christ, we're grown babies.
But, yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe
it's too late for you to
dive
get into
in.
Assassin's Creed. There you go.
I mean, yeah, it's very possible. But
I'm very interested in this, I will say, especially the fact that it's current gen and PC only. Thank you. I love that. I don't know what like modern day stuff there still is. Like I played Odyssey for a little bit. I played it for like 10, 12 hours. It took me that long to get to the title sequence, and I was like, "Oh my god. Okay, I can't play this."
my God.
And I liked it, but I don't even remember if there was any present day stuff in that. But I think it'll be interesting to see the gameplay. Something about a black samurai not being historically accurate in Assassin's Creed. There you go. So that is what it was. People are mad. Oh my God. What is wrong with you people?
This is why I'm glad I don't spend much time on Twitter anymore. Because this is the kind of stuff that I'm just like, I don't even need to know about.
It's so stupid. But yes, I'm definitely intrigued by this. I can't wait to see gameplay with it being current gen only and everything. I'm very interested. We'll see what ends up happening with it, though.
Yeah.
Last on the news items, we got Sony's financial details for the fiscal year that ended on March 31st. Annual revenue was up 17% for a record $29.8 billion. Aliens, okay, but a black samurai is where they draw the line. Exactly. Oh. Software sales were up 24% for $14.1 billion. He's a real historical figure, too, so it's odd. What is wrong with people? That's right, I did read that Yasuke is based on somebody that was... What is happening?
No, I didn't know that.
We now know that Helldivers 2 has sold 12 million copies in its first 12 weeks, which beat the Ragnarok record.
That's crazy.
But, of course, it's less money. Ragnarok was $60. This is also on PC, so there's some give and take there, but still fantastic that it sold 12 million copies. The PS5 is now up to 59.3 million units sold. It's only 800,000 less or fewer. I hate this.
Fewer.
So many people now just say fewer all the time. I have noticed this on podcasts.
If it's discrete things, units, fewer. If it's like...
But what if I'm saying it's only 800,000 less than the PS4 had sold? It's only 800,000 fewer or fewer? Do I have to say 800,000 fewer units? This is what gets confusing.
I would say fewer because you're talking about discrete things. If you're talking about happiness, like something that's not like measurable, like quantity, like then that's less.
This is now becoming that like it like
This is when we need mom to join the chat.
well, that's what I was going to say. This is like the I and the me thing when people overthink it and they start saying I when they shouldn't, and it's like I don't know what happened.
Did you know that
7, 8, 9.
there's a me in team?
No, there's not a me in team. I love that song. It's so stupid.
I love that song. It's so stupid.
You can't spell awesome without me. That makes sense. But girl, there ain't no I in team, but you know there is a me. No, it doesn't even rhyme. Why is that the line? Team and me don't rhyme. 20.8 million PS5s were sold the last fiscal year against an adjusted target of 21 million. So they did sell 9% more than they did in fiscal year 22. But even though this was the best year ever for best fiscal year ever for PS5 sales, it's not enough. Like Square Enix, nothing is ever enough. Sony expects the PS5 sales to decline to 18 million this fiscal year. Once again, reiterating that they don't have any major franchises coming out till after April of next year, which continues to suck. It was reported that Sony did sell 5 times as many PS5s as Xbox Series consoles during Q1 of this year.
Oof.
Currently 118 million active monthly PSN users. That's cool, but that means half the people have not upgraded to a PS5.
Yeah.
It's weird. Concord was confirmed by Sony that it will launch this year, and I wrote down we still don't know anything about it.
But what is that?
This is one of their multiplayer games. It's Fair Gains or Fair Games or whatever. And then Concord is what Firewalk. I think it's Firewalk is working on that one. It's they're trying to get something to hit in their multiplayer or games as a service initiative stuff.
Yeah.
Good results. Anything you want to add, Sean?
I don't know. It is weird that like I feel like it wasn't that long ago we were just hearing how Sony's underperforming and blah blah blah, and like yeah, like you said, like this is their best year ever and setting records, and still not good enough. Like I don't know that this industry is sustainable.
Long for the world. The one thing I would say I think that's interesting, Jesus, interesting is that like. The fact that it's only sold 800,000 fewer units than the PS4, shut up, is crazy. The PS4 was kind of hard to find those first month or two, like before Christmas. After that, it was everywhere. The PS5 was hard to find for at least a year, maybe more, and they've still almost sold that many, and it's $100 more than the PS4 was.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I'll say is impressive. The fact that it's only behind by 800,000 is crazy.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the wrap-up, Sean. This has been a lengthy one. I like length. Never mind. A new Astrobot game is rumored to be announced within the next 2 weeks. This comes from, however you say their name, D Labs, the French studio that leaks some stuff. Part of it is said to be set in a desert with a new character, quote, Fennec Fox in the form of a robot. Is Fennec Fox an existing character?
I was wondering what that means. I'm like, should I know who or what Fennec Fox is?
I was like, is that Sly Cooper's buddy or something? I don't know.
Look it up.
And supposedly this game is PS5, not PSVR 2, which is cool, but also kind of sucks. Also, it would make more sense.
He's cute, but it's just a
it's
thing.
A type of
it's
fox.
not.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at his ears.
He's cute.
Wait, but I don't understand. Oh, set in the desert with a new
character.
Oh, so it's this, but a robot.
So it's a robot fox with big ears.
He's cute.
He's cute. It would make sense if it was just PS5 because you're going to sell a lot more copies than you would if it was a PSVR 2 game. Either way, I think this is real, and I'm very excited.
I went from to once I saw it was not VR.
However,
I get it.
It also still might have a PSVR 2 mode.
That's what I'm hoping is like, and I don't know how Rescue Mission would have been an okay game even if it was not VR. And I don't know how you could just make whatever the new one was when PS5 launched. I don't know how you could make that VR. Like,
some guy just sent me a video on Teams. All it says is video. You see that?
do you know who that is?
I talked to him the other day about his phone, I guess, but I don't know. Also, they've seen a coyote 2 times in the last 4 nights somewhere around here.
But yeah, it would be nice if they somehow, like, I don't think you could just slap a VR mode. What was the name of the one that came out when PS5 launched?
Playroom. Astro's Playroom. Right?
That's what it was called? I thought. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. So I don't know how you could just slap a VR mode onto that. But I'm hopeful that this somehow has, like an optional, like you could play it in VR, because I would in a heartbeat. I'm looking for anything to do with my PSVR 2.
Exactly.
Either way, I'm excited. I've been hoping for this for a while now. I was hoping it would be a VR game, but I'll take it.
College Football 25 got its first. Please, I want more Astrobot. I cannot freaking wait. It's coming. We know it's coming, and now we know it's coming. College Football 25 got a real reveal trailer, and it looks freaking awesome. I am so excited for this. This is what else is coming out this year? Other than like the Elden Ring DLC, I got to start practicing for that.
Oh, yeah, I'm out of practice.
This is like, I am more excited for this than anything we know about coming out this year. I'm not saying it'll stay that way. We could find out they're remastering Link Between Worlds or something. I don't know. But did y'all like Sackboy Adventure? I didn't like. We did it for a stream, and like 30 minutes in, we played it for like 3 hours, and I was like, okay, this is not Mario Odyssey or Mario Galaxy or Mario anything. Why am I getting so many Texases? Okay, will you be done podcasting soon? Nope.
What do they want?
They want
something in here.
Get on there. Now they're playing Minecraft with their buddies instead of just Fortnite.
What's old is new again.
It looks awesome, and this game is current gen only. So I also think that Madden this year is going to be current gen only. And they've been doing some interviews and stuff. They're not just sticking like a college coat of paint over Madden. Like they really are saying that they did build it from the ground up. I have high hopes for this. There's no me and team. Just so you know. I know it's 2 different songs. Lego Zelda The Great Deku Tree was finally announced. It's out September. It is $300. It is something that I very much want. I already spent $300 on this on sale. I don't know that I can spend $300 on a Lego set, but maybe I can get it for Casey for Christmas. It looks awesome.
I want it, but not for $300.
It looks so cool. I wrote here, Activision has the nerve to open a new studio in Poland called Elsewhere Entertainment. They are working on a, quote, new narrative-based and genre-defining AAA franchise, end quote.
That they can give away for free.
Activision didn't close those studios, but the timing is so bad. You're all under Microsoft. You're all under Xbox. And after Tango and Arcane get shut down, you're like, we're going to open another studio in Poland because labor's cheap there. It's so frustrating. It's hard to type and talk at the same time, so I just did the humming. Next up, Doom: The Dark Ages is rumored to be revealed at the Xbox Showcase. It is described as being a medieval-inspired Doom world. I think the original title a lot of people were thinking it was going to be called was Doom Year Zero. I think that sounds much cooler than The Dark Ages.
Yeah.
Capcom is reportedly working on Resident Evil 1 remake that will launch in 2026 for the 30th anniversary. Also, apparently, they're working on Resident Evil 0 and Code Veronica remakes as well. So basically what's going to happen is every game is going to be playable in remake form or... Well, we don't know if they're going to do 5 and 6, I guess. But you can play 5 and 6. Oh, you can't play them on PS4 or 5. Did they ever get... Oh, they did re-release them on PS4.
Did.
They did, because they released 6, then 5, then 4 on PS4.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they're going to remake everything. What is 0 again? 0 is not the first Resident Evil, the remake of that they did on GameCube, right? It's like a prequel.
It's a prequel. You play as some random dude and the girl who was part of Stars in Resident Evil 1. Okay. That's like one, like there's Jill and Chris, and then there's Barry and all these other people.
Okay.
She was what, Rebecca? I can't remember what her name was. But she's like this little, I don't know, she sucks. But the weird thing, and it takes place at least partially on like a train or something. The weird thing to me about it is I think it didn't have item boxes. And so, like, normally you're like, oh, I'm out of room. Let me put this gun in the item box. And then later on, ooh, I'm going to get that gun out of this item box because it transports, whatever, teleports. This, if you can't hold something, you drop it. And it's going to stay right there. And if you want it later in the game, you better be ready to book it back to the beginning of the game and pick it up where you dropped it. I'm like, I don't like
change.
that.
They'll change that.
Yeah, if you put item boxes in it, I'm in. But that, as soon as I heard about that, I'm like, I don't like that at all. And I don't care about these people, and I'm good.
About you people.
But yeah, if it gets the Resident Evil remake
treatment,
I'm probably in regardless.
Yeah.
But they need to get that out of there.
Ghost of Tsushima is now PlayStation's biggest PC launch ever, with hitting 77,000 concurrent players on Steam, which beat God of War Ragnarok's previous record. I guess people really were mad that you have to have a PSN login to be able to play Legends. Everybody got to be mad about something.
Mm-hmm.
Ubisoft, speaking about being mad, they have canceled their free-to-play Division spin-off, The Division Heartland. Colin Moriarty is going to be very sad. Atari has acquired Intellivision. Words I never thought I would have said. If we could have told Dad that like 40 years ago, he'd probably be like, I don't care. But he would also be like, that's weird, because that was like the first console war.
It just seems weird. How do you even buy something that apparently doesn't exist anymore? Like, what if we were just like, not literally us, but if somebody else was like, we want to buy...
But Intellivision exists. They're making the Amico.
I mean, I guess they do still exist, but like, I don't know. That just seems strange.
Bring back Night Stalker. 2K has announced they will be revealing the next iteration of one of their, quote, biggest and most beloved franchises at Summer Game Fest. There's been rumors about a Mafia game, so it might be that. This isn't just going to be like, and here's NBA 2K26. You know, it's not. That would be incredibly stupid. But we'll see what it is. Xbox reportedly has greenlit the next Ninja Theory game after Hellblade 2 released. Hellblade 2. So we kind of touched on this earlier, but it topped out as far as Steam concurrents go, because it released on PC as well, at 3,900.
Are you going to play this?
It's the 23rd most played game currently on Xbox, and it just came out a week ago. Brand new, first party, prettiest game ever that you just hold forward. I want to try it. The problem is I've got a Series S. It's like the only reason to play this game is for how beautiful, and now I've got the underpowered console. I'm like, I don't really know how that's going to work.
Yeah.
Microsoft did announce the Proteus controller, another accessibility controller. They say it's a gamepad for Xbox gamers with disabilities. Did you see this thing? This thing is wild looking. It's almost like there's like a circle in the middle, and then you can put buttons here, like 4 face buttons, and then you can put like another ball here with buttons on it, and like over here, I guess so you can hold it with one hand and kind of do this or something. It looks crazy, but it looks cool also. Shift Up is thinking about porting Stellar Blade over to PC and doing a sequel. They did do a update either yesterday or today, I can't remember, that added a boss challenge mode. Oh, also you can get this for PlayStation Stars, I saw now. Stars! XCOM creative director Jake Solomon has formed a new studio called Midsummer Studios, and he's working with other former Firaxis developers on a next-gen life sim game. I don't know what that means. So they're making The Sims.
Basically.
Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2 is coming to PS4 on June 14th for the series' 20th anniversary. Dragon's Dogma 2 has hit 3 million copies sold. I forgot this game even came out this year. This game was like the biggest deal, and then it's like it just disappeared.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Konami has confirmed a Silent Hill transmission is coming this week that will focus on, quote, game updates and a deeper look at the film, end quote. Did we know there was a Silent Hill movie coming? Did I just forget that?
Probably, but I did too. But I assume we knew about that.
So I don't know if they're going to show Silent Hill 2 or if they're going to show one of the other 7 Silent Hill games that are being happened. Jesus, I read ahead. That are developing. Devolver Direct is happening on June 7th. This is Devolver Digital's Direct. It's happening June 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Nintendo has announced they're going to be opening a official Nintendo store in San Francisco in 2025. Guess I'm going back to the West Coast.
Just to go to the store.
I'll find other reasons to go. I mean, we went on a trip to LA. Now we can go on a trip to San Fran. I can go say hi to Greg Miller. Zenless Zone Zero from Hoyoverse, the Honkai Star Rail devs, is coming out July 4th. Happy birthday, America. You get this stupid-ass game. Tomb Raider series has been greenlit at Amazon. I don't know why. We're doing too much. We're doing too much. Switch Online updates. Switch Online got 3 new Game Boy games, and tell me if I'm crazy, but those games are Super Mario Land, Baseball, and Alleyway. Super Mario Land was not available on Switch Online? From the jump? What are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't get it.
We got PS Plus extra games for May. They include Red Dead Redemption 2, Sims 4 City Living, Crime Boss Rock Hay City, Cat Quest 1 and 2, Watch Dogs, and others. Also, the fact that Crime Boss Rock Hay City, I remember the first time I saw that. Remember, this is that first-person GTA game with, like, all, like, Michael, what's his name? Matt, that's what I was going to say. I didn't think that was his name. And then Michael Rooker, or whatever his name is, from The Guardians. They all are themselves. They're all talking. And this thing is like it got like a 34 on Metacritic or something. Like, horrible. I almost want to play it just to see how bad it is. But I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, holy crap, this sounds awesome. And it was not. PS Plus premium games for May. We get 2 Extreme, G Police, and Worms Pinball. Are you missing PS Plus Premium?
Nope.
We also got announced just today PS Plus Essentials for June, including Streets of Rage 4, SpongeBob the Cosmic Shake, and AEW Fight Forever. We held out, and it paid off. I cannot wait to give it a try.
I definitely want to try it, but my hopes are pretty low right now.
I know. We got to do a Let's Play just because.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care that it's a year and a half after it came out. We got to. And then Sony announced Days of Play is back. You can get 30% off of PS Plus subscriptions. You can get $50 off of PS5. They also announced some of the games that are coming to PS Plus Extra in June include Dredge, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, Cricket 24, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas Definitive Edition. PS Plus.
I love that it's just cricket.
I know.
It'd be like baseball 25.
PS Plus Premium is getting this in June. Finally, PS2 games are going to be playable natively. Tomb Raider Legend, Star Wars The Clone Wars, and Sly Cooper The Thievius Raccoonius. Also, it seems like they're only doing it this month. They should do it every month. But you're getting PSVR 2 games for free if you have Premium. The Ghostbusters game, Walkabout Mini Golf, Synth Riders, Before Your Eyes, and Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
You make this a monthly thing? Not...
I'd upgrade, yeah.
5 games, whatever. 1 PSVR 2 game monthly, I'd probably go back to Premium, just for the heck of it.
Yep.
But if it's like a 1 month, I mean...
Just to give me a reason to play this.
Right, yeah.
That's it for this episode of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. Thank y'all so much for watching. We will be back next week, and it will be prediction time, and we cannot wait for that. But until the next time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.